Hello, hello, hello. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Clearing the Clairs with Claire. My name is Lynn. Hi, Maddie. Hi, John. Hi, Jennifer. Hi, Claire. Hi, Jill. Hi, Laura Lee. Hi, Alexandra. Hi, Barb. Hey, Pascal. Hi, Trey. So I want to welcome you to the Soma platform. This is a platform that was created many years ago in a collaboration with a dear friend of mine. And what we have aimed to do is to help people move out of shadow and into light. And along the way, I brought forth a series of classes and trainings, things that I had been trained in the past 33 years of my doing this line of work. And every once in a while, you have people that kind of rise to the top that make you realize that everything that you've been doing and everything that you've been efforting towards has been worth it, because they take your material and they run with it. And I can't even say this is my material, things that I've been taught from other people. Laura Lee, there's an echo.
Yeah,
Okay. So by the way, we're going simulcast on Facebook into one of my groups. So one of you is going to get chosen to come forth and have your time with Claire. So if you do that, just know that this is a very public forum. So Claire Jackson is someone that I met back in December of 2021. We were at a retreat together and had a very, very precious moment of watching her go through an interaction. I received a message from guidance and they told me to call her over to help her release some trapped energy. And I was like, I'm not doing that. You know, just the ego going, there's no way I'm doing that. I don't know this person told a stranger. And they're like, call her over. So I called her over, we helped her release this energy. And then I invited her to classes that I was going to start teaching in January. And she said yes. And she has literally taken everything that I've taught and has just like gone through the roof with it. She's incredibly gifted in how it is that she works with others. She has taken it upon herself to start teaching other people. And she's going to be teaching one of my cornerstone classes starting in November with another student teacher. And she's just gifted beyond belief. She has gone from being a classmate to a client and a student to becoming a very dear friend. And I could not possibly love her more. So let me turn this over to the very precious and magnificent Claire Jackson. I love you madly.
Thank you so much, Lynn. And I give all gratitude to my guides and all who come through me to support people. So it definitely isn't me, but I hand it all over. Thank you so much. It was magical. My first experience with these tools, and you'll get to see that tool, the psychic surgery, is the tool that we use in clearing the clairs. It is so absolutely powerful and transformative when you are using it. So it takes the practice, just like everything, to learn how to just open to the depth of yourself. And there is a place within you that is undiscovered. There always is. So that's where we go. There are the four main clairs that we deal with clearing the clairs. We have clairvoyance, which is clear seeing. And that can be whether you see spirits, or you may have experienced it as someone saying you have a very vivid imagination. And you can actually literally see pictures that are happening. Sometimes you receive symbols, and that may be your clairvoyance. So it's different for everybody. So it's a beautiful journey to discover kind of how your clairvoyance shows up. And then we have clairaudience, which is clear hearing. And that would be hearing beyond the physical ears. This may be a voice, literally hearing a voice, like as you're driving and you just hear turn left or something but there's no one in the car with you, that kind of thing. And then we also have claircognizance, which is clear knowing. So that is going to be just, you know something and you don't know how you know it. You probably shouldn't know it. And it might be if people tell you you have really good intuition, that would be claircognizance, a development of your claircognizance. And then we also have clairsentience. I really believe that we all have this. There's just this sense of, you know, when someone is hurting, or you can feel what's happening in their body. And that's really helpful, especially in this work, to be able to feel kind of where someone's holding tension or where they're holding an emotion within their body. So that's a beautiful kind of connection you can make with someone just by sensing your own body. So getting in touch with that is imperative in this work. So those are the main 4. There are many more. So you may find others. Is anyone here left-handed by chance? Do we have any left-handed? Oh, John's left-handed. So left-handed people, we have discovered, they kind of start backwards with their clairs. Usually their strongest clairs are the taste and smell. And it's so unusual. And when you develop those, I think it's clairalliance and
Gusto. Claire Gusto.
Thank you. And you develop that one clair, and that's a great way in for people who are left-handed to be able to develop those other 4 main ones. So that was really interesting. I learned that recently. When I was trying to help someone, I was like, she's so frustrated. I can't see, I can't hear, I don't feel anything. And we realized she's left-handed. So we came in a different way and we were able to work on those. So interesting. So I was going to tell a little bit of my story and how everything started for me. And you guys see if you can hear which clairs were happening in the story. So a little over 6 years ago, I was working for a Unity church. I was a church administrator. And this church had no minister for a year that I was working there. And so I had to learn the principles of Unity so that I could minister to people who came in. And I was the only one who was there. And so one day, this was about that year in, I was having a really hard time concentrating. I was having all this anxiety coming up. So that's actually another indication that you may be feeling things and knowing things. You have the anxiety come up, and it's a beautiful moment to go within and discover what's coming up for you. So I decided to, throw on some essential oils and take a walk around the church. And as I'm walking around the church, this woman shows up, and she was really distraught. And so she was coming there for help, and she said, I am hearing a voice, and the voice told me to come here and that I had to talk to someone. And I said, I am the only one here, so I would love to help. And so she told me that she was Jehovah's Witness, and they aren't allowed to hear voices. They will lose their entire family, their entire community. Excuse me, I'm gonna take a sip of water. And so I sat with her. Everything worked out for me to sit with her for a couple hours and listen. And she was saying that her mother was terminally ill and she was her caretaker. And there was no way that this could happen. And this wasn't supposed to be happening. And then she starts telling me about these dreams. She's having these dreams and she doesn't know what they mean. And they're confusing her and worrying her. And so as she's telling me about these dreams, I download this information, these interpretations of her dreams. And I start telling her how They mean that time and space don't exist, that all of our lives are stacked up on top of each other and everything's happening at once, that she's going to be a minister and she's going to help people heal, and that her mother is going to be her connection to the other side, and she's going to become a medium, and she's going to help support people in that way. And she's going, yes, 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 that's it. That's it. Like it all made sense for her at that moment. And so we both hugged and exchanged numbers, and she felt so much at peace after that. And I walked away in a daze, like, what just happened? I don't know what this was. So I went home and just kind of breathing through it. And the next morning I woke up with a voice that introduced itself as a spirit guide and said it was time for my training. And the training the voice described was, he said, I'm going to teach you how to see without your eyes. I'm going to teach you how to hear without your ears. And so it was the voice was hilarious, much funnier than me. So I knew I wasn't making this up. Very entertaining, and cracking jokes constantly. So it would be things like I'd stop at a red light and the voice would ask me, what's really happening here? And I could tell that like that person just cut that person off, and this person is pissed off, but this person has no idea what just happened. And they're just like living their life, singing their song and enjoying everything. So I started to feel things like that. And I started to, the voice would ask me to close my eyes and see the color without my eyes open. And then trained me how to cleanse the space, light a candle, and bring forth messages. So I had no idea what I was doing. At this point, I had just learned about A Course in Miracles. I had read The Disappearance of the Universe, and that was my education at this point. So I had people coming in, and I would have that anxiety rise. And he started telling me, don't call it anxiety. It's not anxiety. It's a signal. I said, okay, so I'm getting the signal. So I ended up bringing forth messages for people. And like one woman, she was a friend of mine, and her son had died of a terminal illness. And he just wanted to tell her to get rid of this dirty, stinky couch because it was blocking her from love. So it was simple messages like that. And it was grand messages that really transformed people's lives. And there was a lot that happened. There was automatic writing. There was traveling across the country and seeing places that of people. I was floating above, my consciousness was like floating above houses, and he was asking me how many people are in each house. And so it was a lot of this kind of training. And I was married at the time, and my husband was really disturbed by all of this. And so sorry, they're telling me to say something that I wasn't prepared to say. So I actually went home. So I was really had a lot of difficulty accepting what was going on as well. And the church had just signed a contract with a new minister. And that was the traveling across the country. All of a sudden, she signed her contract, and I was in Florida, and I was taken to New Mexico where she was. And I felt this tornado of energy whipping up in New Mexico. And I felt her coming across the country. And so I knew when she arrived, and I called her and I said, I have to see you. I have to talk to you. And she ended up coming to see me early, and she said, you have to calm down. This is okay. And she asked me to go home and journal that night after everyone went to bed. And so I started that. And all that I really knew at that point was this little bit of A Course in Miracles. So I went home and I journaled my mirrors from that day. I took everything that I had noticed and I turned it into I am. So the bird is singing, I am singing. The car is driving, I am driving. So I just started writing those, and then I haven't told this story to this many people before. So all of a sudden I went omnipresent, and what I ended up writing was, I am everywhere, I am everything, I am everyone, I am God, God is me. And I could feel it all through my body. I could feel the body and everything at the same time. And I'm crying, and this energy is moving through me. So I'm like rocking, and then something takes over my body and holds the pen so tight and starts writing this message. And it's in rows like this, one word at a time. You will fulfill your mission here. You have all you need inside you now to fulfill your mission. And it just kept going. And then I'm hyperventilating by this point. And then my hand squeezes, the pen drops, but the message is still coming. It's like a recording. And the voice I can hear is telling me, relax, you're safe, let go, just open, relax, in this very soothing voice. The message is coming, and I can tell where it's going. I can feel that there's a destination of where it's going in my head. And then I hear the ego voice go, no, 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 nobody goes back there. No, 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 no one's allowed back there. And the message pushes is, thank you, Matt, you're hilarious. It pushes its way back to the back of my head, and it gets to where it's going. And it's like a crash bang. And I'm laying back on my bed. I actually realized this year that I had started doing Love's Breath at that moment as everything was happening, just intuitively. And it was like a snap, and all of a sudden I'm in this white place. And that's pretty much what I call it, the white place. All my dead relatives are standing in front of me. 4 of them are right in front of me, and other ones are back behind. I healed the relationships with those 4 people. I actually started greeting them in some greeting. And I knew that I knew this greeting, but I didn't know this greeting. So I'm participating in it, but I don't understand it. So I'm saying, thank you, I love you. Thank you, I love you. Thank you, I love you. Thank you, I love you to everyone that's there. And so I got to tell my father-in-law how much I really loved him before he died. My grandfather was going, he was laughing hysterically, like crying, laughing. And I start crying. I start crying too. And I'm like, what is so funny? And he goes, can you believe none of this is real? Can you believe that none of this is real? Because he was an engineer and had studied the world his entire life. And it was hilarious to him. And then I owed my aunt money when she died. And so she said, you know, it's forgiven. So, and I realized I had been there actually. It felt like maybe 10 minutes. There was another person there too. I know there was, but I can't remember what happened. So I saw the clock when I went in, and it was 11:12, and I woke up at 12:12. And I actually got so excited, I went and woke up my husband and gave him a message from 3 of his family members who were jumping up and down to talk to him. And they were hilarious. These guys were just like drinking and smoking and goofing. And I mean, it was hilarious. Cussing. They were just being themselves. So it was really funny. But that really frightened my husband. So it wasn't long after that we had an argument. And he said, Claire, I can't take this. It's too much. It's so ridiculous. And I said, I'm not doing this. It's not me. And do you think I want this? Do you think I want to do this? I don't. And at that moment, it all shut down. Everything was gone. I cried for days, feeling that part of me was broken, that I had lost a part of myself. I didn't realize the power of my words and how they can control exactly what I experience. And when I met Lynn, and I believe actually from that time, I still trusted that I was being led. I didn't know what this mission was. I have a little more clarity on that now. Maybe I'll go into that sometime. But I still trusted, and I still felt like I was close to them and I was being guided. But when I met Lynn and she removed that ball, so it was a ball in my heart, and this ball, I had actually played with this. There is a meditation in lesson 11 of the Way of Mastery. And it's about going into the heart and then like climbing a ladder and coming out of the heart and going into the heart and coming out of the heart and going back and forth and back and forth. And it's an hour meditation and you do it every day. And so I got to this point where I really got to love being in the heart. And I found that ball and I started playing with it. And I started playing with it in the heart. And I really thought that was me. I thought that ball was me. And so when I met Lynn and we removed the ball, I realized how powerful these emotions are that we hold. We hold them and we think that it's us. And we're so comfortable with that. And so the power of this process is that you get to discover that it's so innocent. And these emotions, they just want to be felt and exist and be complete. They just want to have their moment so that you can find the truth that's underneath them. And so my heart was opened a little more, and I knew that I wanted to work with Lynn. I could feel it in my gut. And then we went to another retreat in January this year. And I was on her every time that we had a break. I was like, I feel something. I feel something. I got to do another thing. I feel it. And so then I noticed this one place. Every time I'd sit down, we'd do an activity, and every time I'd sit down, I would hear, this is so ridiculous. I was like, why does the ego keep saying this? And I realized there was a numbness right here over my third eye, and it was my husband's thought. I had taken my husband's thought and covered up my third eye. And it was this rainbow colored rock. And actually there were colors in there that I have never seen before. They were kind of like, when I can't see something, it looks like water, but I could tell there were more colors there, but it looked like water. So there were colors that I haven't seen yet in this rock. It's pretty interesting. And so I said, Lynn, I have a numbness here. And she goes, are you sure you're ready for this? Because you're about to uncover your third eye. And I was like, yes, let's do it. So I sat in front of her and our friend Jorg as she processed me. And I felt everything that was there. And it removed the rock. And I opened my eyes and I was like blind. There was light just streaming out from my forehead. I could barely see them on the other side of it. And and that's when Jeshua showed up and told me he was the voice from years ago. And he said, it's now time. It's now time to do this work. And so I knew, actually, he said, you're putting in your 2 weeks notice as soon as you get home. That's what he said. In the beginning, I did a lot of connecting near water. So he would have me float when we were at the hotel and we would talk. And others started showing up, other ascended masters. My husband showed up. He passed away. He's passed away 3 years ago now. And and now he's healing, I'm healing. I get to heal I see my dog who passed away last year a lot. So getting to do this work though, he was right. This is what I'm meant to do. It's who I am, and it's what I'll do for the rest of my life. So that's the story, y'all. I didn't know we would go that deep into this, but there it is. So, and I'm drinking a lot of water too, because I'm actually on day 18 of an intensive fast. No food. So there's a lot happening these days too. So, okay, that feels good. It's like popping the cork of a bottle. So, I would say that this process of clearing the clairs is absolutely powerful, and it's not only useful for opening clairs, because that's going to happen anyway when you feel into things, and when you're removing these energy blocks, you're just going to open more and more. And so it's a really good process, the clearing the clairs, to find out where you're starting. So we're going to measure your clairs, and then I'll process with a volunteer, and then we'll remeasure their clairs. And so this is something you can use at home to feel into things. It does work really great being processed by someone, but it's absolutely able to be done by yourself. I do it all the time. So, all right. Yeah.
Everybody get a pen and paper. We'll do the measuring of the clairs together. This is really exciting. The only thing I want to say is trust your intuition. The very first answer you get is your answer. Don't second guess it. Just trust. This is really exciting. Thank you for sharing that story with us, babe. Like, I remember the first time you shared that story with me, and I was like, what the actual fuck? You know, when Jesus is like, it's me, it's always been me, it's always been me, it's always going to be me. you know, cart that like one size fits all.
Yeah. And with all the spiritual work that is done through Soma Life, that's who gets attracted here, are the ones who are digging deep spiritually. So there's no mistake that you're all here. You can go ahead and, oh, thanks, Barb. So you can go ahead and we're going to be measuring your clairvoyance, so like CV, and then your clairaudience, CA, your claircognizance would be CC, and then your clairsentience, CS. So clairvoyance, seeing, clairaudience, hearing, claircognizance, knowing, and clairsentience is feeling. Beautiful. So whenever you're ready, everyone, just close your eyes, relax right where you are. Allow yourself to breathe deeply. Desiring the breath to fill you deep within. And with every exhale, you're sinking deeper and deeper into your seat. And any place that feels tight or tense, just send the breath there, inviting it to relax, to let go. And as you continue to breathe, just allow your consciousness to drop from the head down through the throat, riding the breath down into the heart. And let it rest there, as if you're looking out of the heart, becoming heart-centered. And I'm going to ask you this series of questions. And like Lynn said, just go with the first answer, no second guessing, just allow it to come. On a scale of 0 to 10, at what level is your clairvoyance? And then write that down. Then just return to the breath. And on a scale of 0 to 10, at what level is your clairaudience? Beautiful. On a scale of 0 to 10, at what level is your claircognizance? Thank you. On a scale of 0 to 10, at what level is your clairsentience? Beautiful. Thank you. So you all got to experience how your body holds all of the answers. It will answer you honestly. It will support you in all that you desire to know. And this is, so we measured the clairs, and this isn't really always like a 0 to 10 process. They will go higher as you develop them. Just allow yourself to feel gratitude for where you are and what you're experiencing now, and be open to what's coming. So anyone who would like to volunteer to, I think, just put a yes in the chat. And then we're going to let one of our resident psychics, Laura Lee, feel her way to who is coming up for healing today.
And Pascal is coming up today.
Hi, Pascal.
Hi, I moved upstairs because downstairs was a little bit cloudy.
Got it. So once you get settled, no more water. Okay. Pascal, thank you for volunteering. What were your numbers?
The first one was 8. The second one was 10. The third one was 10. And the last one was 8.
Beautiful. Are you willing to go above 10?
Oh, yes, please.
Okay, good. Well, so your lowest ones were clairvoyance and clairsentience.
Yeah.
So which one of those are you feeling like you'd like to work on?
The first one.
Clairvoyance, yeah, beautiful. So clairvoyance is clairvoyance and clairaudience. It's great to start with the third eye.
Yeah.
There's also a place right in the center of the brain called the Cave of Brahman. It's another place to discover. It is infinitely huge, and it's actually where we are connected to the quantum field. So it's where our light comes in. And so I've found a beautiful block there where I discovered one of my past lives. So that's a great place to go to. That's usually number 2. So you'll do third eye, then Cave of Brahman. And then with claircognizance, you're going to go to the crown first. And then clairsentience, you'll start with the heart. So that's just where to start. And then a great place to go after that, if you continue to use these tools and to develop those clairs, is to just literally scan the body and ask it where the block is, and allow your awareness to bring you to that place. And just breathing and allowing will, in that relaxed meditative state will bring you to the place that's going to open you in the perfect way for right now, whatever that
Perfect.
moment is. Yeah. So Pascal, we'll start with your third eye. So are you able to relax there?
Yeah.
Okay, beautiful. So we're going to bring you heart-centered again. Just breathing deeply. Just allowing all that you're experiencing now.
Sorry.
Okay. Do you need to get settled?
I'm on the Zoom. It's noisy. Sorry about that.
It's okay. So just keep breathing deeply. Allowing your consciousness to rest in the heart. I can feel you there. Continue to breathe deeply. And then I want you to take a deep inhale into the third eye. You're going to breathe deeply right into the third eye, about 2 inches. And then you're going to come back forward to the back side of it. Just continue to send breath there. Allowing anything that comes. We're just getting curious. Pascal, what color is it?
White.
White. Thank you. Just breathe into that white. Welcoming it just as it is. And what shape is it?
It's a shape of a circle.
Shape of a circle. Is that like a flat circle or like a sphere?
Like a sphere.
Like a sphere. Beautiful. So just breathe into that circle. And now just notice, how big is it?
It's pretty big.
It's really big. Really big. Is it all contained within the body, or is there any of it outside of the body?
No, it's within the body.
Within the
It's within-
body. Yeah.
Within the body.
Thank you. So just breathe into that size. Sending love and gratitude for this, your beautiful creation, showing up for you, to be felt, to be healed. How much does it weigh?
It's weightless.
It's weightless. Yeah, thank you. Just continue breathing through it. And what about a temperature? You feel a temperature there?
Yeah, it's pretty hot.
Pretty hot. Thank you.
Like higher than body temperature.
Higher than body temperature. Yeah. So just allow yourself to experience that, all the sensation that it brings. Thank you. Any movement to it or other sensations?
No, it's just there with me.
It's just there. Yeah,
With me.
with me.
With me.
Thank you. And what material is it made of?
It's kind of sunlight, but then more brighter, like moon material. Very bright.
Kind of sunlight, but more brighter, like moon.
Moon material. It's really so bright.
Beautiful. But so bright. Yeah. How creative.
So bright.
So, Pascal, I want you to take a deep breath and you're just going to swirl this object in breath as you ask, what is its purpose?
Instantly came like to see me.
Say it again.
It came instantly the words like to see me.
To see me.
To see me.
To see me. Yeah. So just allow that truth to drop into the breath. To see me. Yeah. Thank you. So, Pascal, I want you to take another deep breath and you're going to move inside this object. And we're just going to get curious, look around, discover what's there.
A bigger me. A bigger
bigger
higher self. A bigger me. Oh my gosh.
Bigger me, a bigger higher self. Thank you. And then I want you to keep breathing in there. And what feelings and emotions are in there with you?
It's so light, so free.
So light, so free. Allow yourself to experience that. Let it fill the body. This energy. Just notice how it feels in the body, allowing yourself to experience it. What other feelings and emotions are in there with you?
Oh, so much love and gratitude and freedom and lightness. It's so unconditional. It's beyond.
So much love, gratitude, freedom, lightness. Allow that all to come up. When we find energies that we would consider positive, these are things we've been holding away from ourselves, not allowing ourselves to experience them fully for whatever reason. So Pascal, just keep breathing with that, allowing these energies. These are your creations.
These are my creations.
Just allow yourself to breathe with them. And then there's a point where they kind of taper off a little bit. So just allow those. We're playing with them. We're going to make them as big as we can make them. Make it as big as you
Unbelievable.
can make it. So Pascal's discovering this. These are matrix. They're like a matrix of energies. They're all intertwined, and our bodies will want to tell us, or the ego will want to tell us that we don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. I can't go in there. I'm not sure what's happening there. But really, once you discover that it's just energy, and they are individual energies within there that you can continue to allow one at a time, and that it can be very gentle during using these processes.
Yes. Yes.
Pascal, what other feelings and emotions are in that object with you?
Oh, it's like homecoming. It's like, oh, allow yourself to be home.
Like homecoming, allow yourself to be home.
Be home.
Yeah. So breathe with that, welcoming that energy. Are you willing to allow yourself to be home?
Oh, yes.
Mhm.
There's no way back. Oh, no.
Allow
This
that,
is-
yeah. Allow that desire to drop into the breath. What else?
It's beyond. We are so incredible, beautiful. Wow. We are so beautiful.
You're doing great. What else?
It's like the whole connections with everything. I feel them, I see them. The guidance. Wow.
Connections with everything. Yeah. The guidance.
The guidance. Hmm.
Yeah, just breathe with that. Here comes the depth. Beautiful. What else?
No doubt. No doubt.
No doubt.
No
Allow,
doubt.
allow the no doubt to come up, be felt through the body. To be fully experienced. This is your beautiful creation. Just wanting to exist for a moment. To be released. Thank you.
Thank you.
What else?
No distraction.
No distraction.
No
Sure.
distraction.
Just allow that. Thank you. What else?
Peace, gentleness, softness.
Yeah. Beautiful. I believe you found the truth of yourself.
Yes.
Does that feel complete?
Oh my gosh. Absolutely.
Yeah. Beautiful. So let's check one more time. Anything else? Just feeling these waves of peace.
Mm,
Yeah,
yeah.
beautiful. So whatever's left there, Pascal, just surround it in God's golden light. A thick coating of warm golden light on all sides. And this is a beautiful process, this last part. So this light is like Lynn likes to call it spiritual Vaseline. It's just going to allow this energy to glide right out. So Pascal, after it's completely surrounded, I want you to gently and easily move it 3 feet out in front of you. So it's just out of reach. Using the breath. And then once it's out there, you're going to take another deep breath. And on your exhale, you're going to turn it white. This is the duplication. When we duplicate, we don't allow energy to exist in 2 places. So this is like E equals MC squared. So we're using our theory of relativity here. Beautiful. And now just allow that to dissolve. Feeling some emotion. Yeah. Just allow that to dissolve as it goes back to God, back to source. And then whatever's left, with your, I want you to imagine a golden cloud of honey light forming above you. It's going to drip down warm honey light, filling the space left behind. Dissolving anything that's left. And filling you up completely so that you're safe and protected. And once that's done, we're going to remeasure your clairs. So I'm going to say scale of 0 to 10, but you're welcome to go over.
I feel it's 20.
Let's see. We're going to test it. So on a scale of 0 to 10, at what level is your clairvoyance?
10.
10. Thank you. On a scale of 0 to 10, at what level is your clairaudience?
10.
Thank you. On a scale of 0 to 10, at what level is your claircognizance?
10.
Thank you. On a scale of 0 to 10, at what level is your clairsentience?
10.
10. Yeah. All 10s.
Oh my gosh.
How do you feel?
Oh, amazing. Oh my gosh.
It's good.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's really good. Oh gosh, it's beyond.
I'm so glad.
Thank you so much. Oh,
My pleasure. My thanks to your guides too. They were helping a lot.
oh, they did. They did. I
Mhm.
felt really, Yeshua, come home. Like I was in his arms, falling in his arms. It was so beautiful. Oh,
Wonderful. Thank you for volunteering, Pascal.
thank you.
So these are beautiful techniques that we can use for this purpose. You may find more of what you call negative emotions. And those too are things that we've been holding away from ourselves and not letting ourselves feel. So this process is just absolutely so very powerful. And this is one of the techniques that we teach in quantum healing that's starting November 9th. Am I right? 8th.
November 8th.
Thank you. November 8th. It's on Tuesdays. It's 6 weeks and it is from 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern time. And I'll be teaching it with Ellen Stern. She's an absolutely fantastic healer and medium. And she's beautiful to work with. And I know that our lovely Jill Amato is going to be supporting our students as well. She is so amazing, a beautiful healer. If I want to really cry, that's who I call. And it's such a great opportunity to work with other students who have the same goals. I have created a business using these tools. So has Jill and several other people. They've added it to their existing businesses or done it on the side. It's a great way to meet like-minded individuals who are ready to go deep, just as deep as you. And We are skipping the week of Thanksgiving. So it will go into December, but it's this tool, Clearing the Clairs, which uses the psychic surgery technique. We also teach how to read the Akashic records for yourself and for others. And then there's Akashic healing, where you learn to heal within the records. And if that's for yourself and others as well. And then 2 absolutely amazing techniques that go along with everything. One is incident handling, which is for trauma, especially the trauma of, let's say, witnessing your own death within the records, because that happens. But it also works for trauma within this lifetime. So and then there's also holodyne handling, which is when we've agreed to have a soul connection within our bodies. And so you'll find these energies that just start to talk or start to move around your body. And that's an indication that you have come in contact with a holodyne. And these are it's all free will. So it's something we've invited in. It's not to harm us. There's no harm in any of this. And I've used those techniques. I have an almost 14-year-old who I've used incident handling. I've used holodyne handling. And Taylor is an amazing little person and says when they want to be processed and when they don't. So invites those kinds of things and has been able to experience kind of this peace that comes afterwards, this peace and lightness. So if you have any questions, I know Laura Lee, I think, is dropping her contact information too. For anybody who has questions about joining, we have payment plans available, but joining the Soma Life community is, it's so amazing to be with people who you can say, okay, I need someone, and the perfect person shows up immediately. So it's great to find kind of this other soul family who have the same goals and aspirations, and we're all looking to, oh, bye, cat. We're all looking to head home. So that's where we're all going. Yeah, and I'd be happy to answer any questions now too. I don't mind staying after if you guys want to hang out. Yeah, so anybody, if you want to, you can just unmute. If that's okay, Laura Lee.
I have to leave, so if you want to stay there, I will have to give you host control so we don't close the room in everybody's face.
Got it.
If you want to stay here, what I can do is I will stop the live cast on Facebook.
Yeah.
Here we go. And I will give you host control.
Thank you so much.
Good.
Oh. Yeah, if you need to drop off, I understand. We went over a few minutes.
Thank you, Claire. Love you to death.
Oh, thank you,
You're
Nina.
wonderful.
Yeah.
Bye, all.
Bye.
Bye,
Yeah.
Matt. Bye, Julie.
Bye.
Love you.
Great job, Claire.
Thank you, Matt.
Yeah. Beautiful. Tons of light.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to ask, I have a question. I wanted to ask Trey, were you feeling something during that processing? I have a feeling you were feeling something.
Well, I just actually had a question that was stirring up within me. I was wondering, based on the services that you offer, if you could sense like anything that you feel drawn to me needing,
Let's see.
like a place where I can start.
Well, the best place to start is within, but it's So with the services that I offer, so you're talking about me personally.
Yes.
Mm. I think a great place to start is just an initial psychic surgery, and we
Okay.
can kind of discover just like an hour of psychic surgery, and you can get a good experience with it. And especially the fact that you have experience with, psychic and channelings and things like that, mediums. It is a beautiful process to welcome kind of the feelings that are unconscious to us.
Mhm.
And so discovering and having you experience finding something unconscious
Got it.
is a really great process to start with, because it becomes evident. There's the body, like I said, holds everything. So you start to notice like, oh, why did the body do that? It won't make sense. And so you get into that questioning of, why did I reach for that? Or why is that thought moving through me? And being able to learn how to get really curious about what you're observing yourself doing, because so many of our things that we do in our bodies are unconscious as well to us. But when you start to go in, because they're all triggered from inside, so you discover those unconscious things you're holding. It also, you feel so good afterwards. You want to do more, finding the unconscious things. So
Absolutely.
yeah,
Thank you.
you're welcome. It's
Um,
really a pleasure meeting you. I loved watching your videos.
Thank you. I appreciate that so much. I look forward to working closer with you too as well in the future.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll send you my link.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Anybody else? See everybody. I have nothing else to do because I can't eat. So I could stay here all day.
So I have a question then. When we were feeling into measuring the clairs, with the claircognizance, I felt very strongly two numbers. And it's like, it was 6 and 9. And, there is that image, that visuals, like depending on where you look at it from, but it's a 6 or a 9. So I don't know, but it's something, maybe it has to do, it's like an extra layer of information for me with this symbol itself. Like, I don't know, but it feels like there's an extra information with this symbol coming in, seeing a 6 and a 9 at the same time.
Wow. Yeah.
Like an extra perspective, because that's usually how it is for me, that I can slide in and out of different perspectives, and it can be very like disorienting. It's like my consciousness is running up and down, the stairs in a building. Now I'm seeing it from this perspective, but now I'm seeing it from that perspective, and I don't even know what the question is like.
Right on. Thank you. Yeah, I guess it sounds like you know a little of what's going on, at least. And I know that just from my experience, sometimes when you get two numbers, there's a little bit of doubt coming in. Like you're doubting the one number, and so the mind gives you another number that like makes more sense. Or something like, maybe I'm not that good, or maybe I should be better than this. It could go either way. And so you could always just keep asking. The number shouldn't really change until you do some processing. So just keep asking and making sure that you really are deep, you know, and relaxed, and just allowing it to come and not trying to think of it or create it. What you got, Jill?
I have a download about that question.
Cool.
She's in connection with another aspect of herself. She is living on the edge of two aspects of self.
That's
Wow.
how it feels. Like.
That's you're experiencing. We create avenues to experience life differently, with our oversoul having a goal for us. So if you're melding into another aspect of self, so that's why it feels like it's kind of swimming around. And one of the things that you can do, and is that you don't do the no, this is a different technique, but one of the things you can do with Claire or with Lynn is you can take yourself into the room where your different aspects actually are all sitting around a table, and you can communicate to them. This, you could say, this aspect of me that's bleeding into this Alexandra being, I need it to give me space. I need for me to be able to deal with life. I need you to stay separate from me, if that's your choice. Or you can say, let's all meld together. This is all self-creation. So you can choose to do it. If it's become too difficult, you can always go to your round table and ask your guides to step in and help. That's just a perspective that came to me. I hope that blesses you.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, I guess it has something to do with how I am when I'm by myself and how I am around other people. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank
And that could be be bringing it up. Wow. That's a really good perspective. That feels true deep down within me. So that does feel right. I know Jill's done a lot more aspect work than I have, but it's that is really cool work to do, because there are aspects of us that are simultaneously existing right now somewhere on the planet. And you can even bring those forth and heal things for each other. So even if you are having an experience that's a little too heavy, it's a little too much for you, you can ask to hand it over if these other aspects would take some of it, you know, off your back and heal it for you. So there are so many things you can do with other aspects of you that are either past, future, or simultaneous, or on another planet. So there's so much. Yeah.
Sense. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Hey, Jody. You have to go. You're still muted.
I didn't realize the time difference, so I apologize for coming on so late. So I'm really sorry.
Well, you'll get the replay, so you'll
Okay.
be able to see it.
All right. Thank you.
Good to see you. Love
Yeah.
you. Bye. Oh, that was so much fun, you guys. I love it. Thank you for being here, Audra. I could do this all day long.
Could I suggestion?
Yeah.
Right here.
What?
Trey is right here. I'm just saying, you got time. He's got time.
That's true. Why, you want to be processed, Trey?
Absolutely. I love that. Thank you.
Oh my gosh. Okay, good. Let's see.
I have my numbers from earlier.
Oh, cool. We can do
Right
that.
here. Claire's.
Yes,
you want to-
please. What's your numbers?
Oh, yes. One moment. So I'm not as high as the last participant, but I was
Okay.
answering these questions honestly.
Beautiful.
My clairvoyance was a 2. My clairaudience was a 0. My claircognizance was an 8. And my clairsentience was a 5.
Beautiful. Awesome. So we'll work on your clairaudience, which actually ends up working on your clairvoyance as well. So that'll work great. Okay, good. So just right where you are,
Okay.
just chill, relax, breathe deeply. Desiring the breath all the way down to the pelvis. You're going to blow the belly out like a balloon and then let it roll over into an out breath. And then just notice any place that feels tight or tense. Sending breath there. Inviting it to relax. Beautiful. And then allow your consciousness to just ride the breath down from the head, down into the heart. Allowing yourself to feel heart-centered. Beautiful. And now your next in-breath, I want you to breathe into the third eye, about 2 inches. Just take a breath in and then come back 2 inches to the back side of the third eye. They're showing me it's got just a little, it's like a dirty lens is all. Thank you. Just continue to breathe there into that space. And just notice, what color is it?
I'm not really seeing a color, but maybe claircognizantly, I'm sensing a color. And
Beautiful.
I'm getting a teal.
Teal. Yeah. Thank you. So just breathe into the teal. We're just going to welcome it just as it is. Hmm. And what shape is it?
It's circular,
A
a
circle.
circle. Yeah.
Circle. And is it like a flat circle?
Yes.
Thank you. So just breathe into that circle. I'm going to send love and gratitude for this, your beautiful creation showing up to be experienced. And how big is this circle?
It's about, I'm seeing like 3 to 3 inches
3
across.
3 inches across.
Yes.
Thank you. So just breathe into that size, allowing it to be just as it is. And how much does it weigh?
Mhm. I'm thinking 3 to 6 pounds.
3 to 6 pounds. Yeah. So just keep allowing yourself to feel that weight, 3 to 6 pounds, and all the sensation it brings. And as you continue to breathe through it, just allowing the breath to inform you. What temperature is it?
It's a little bit cold.
A little bit cold.
Yes. A little below room temperature, maybe about 60 degrees. Or
Maybe about 60 degrees. Thank you. Just continue breathing through it. Allowing, welcoming, just getting curious. Any other sensations or movement to it?
I feel like it's grown a little bit.
Feel like it's grown a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Good noticing.
Thank you.
And then what material is it made of?
It feels soft. Let me see.
Feels soft.
Yes. Almost like I could reach my hand through it.
Oh, almost like I could reach my hand through it. Thank you. Now I want you to take a deep breath, and you're just going to swirl this object in breath as you ask, what is its purpose?
I feel as if it's meant to serve as a blockage.
Meant to serve as a blockage. Thank you. Just allow that truth to drop into the breath. It's meant to serve as a blockage. And then Trey, I want you to take a really deep breath, and you're going to move inside this object. You're completely safe to do so. It's welcoming you in by showing itself. And you're just going to get curious. Have a look around.
It's changed shape. It's a sphere now.
It's a sphere now. Beautiful. Yeah, just let it be just as it is. You're doing great, experiencing it. Trey, what feelings and emotions are in there with you?
There's some doubt in my abilities.
Doubt in my abilities. Let that come up. You're just going to welcome it all through the body. Just noticing that it's just an energy, wanting to be fully felt and experienced. Doubt in my abilities. You're going to play with it. You're going to make it as big as you can make it in the body. Doubt in my abilities. And keep breathing. This is just your creation, wanting to be fully felt. So that it can be released. Beautiful. And what other feelings and emotions are in there?
A sense of guilt.
Yeah.
Like I might be misleading people with my gift.
A sense of guilt. I might be misleading people with my gifts. Just let that come up. A sense of guilt. Just notice how guilt feels in the body. Welcoming it. It's a completely innocent feeling. A sense of guilt that I may be misleading people with my gifts. Just allow yourself to breathe with it, to experience it. You're doing great.
Thank you.
So what else is bubbling up now from that object?
It's interesting because it's something that I never really acknowledged before, but it's coming up. Seeing the color green, and it's telling me that I wish I could be as gifted as the people I witness, like around me. I don't know if it's envy, but I want to be as gifted as those who I witness with their abilities and their gifts, how they're able to heal and help others. I want the same ability.
Yeah, beautiful. That is a beautiful acknowledgement. You're very courageous for acknowledging that. So
Mhm.
welcome that up. I wish I could be as gifted as those who I witness. Just allow yourself to feel it. It's just an energy. Make it as big as you can make it in the body. Yeah. You're getting better at these as you go. I can feel it really strongly. Yeah. Mm. Beautiful. There's a. Are you feeling something else in the body right now?
I just feel grateful that I'm able to recognize the doubt and the fears and the longing to be equal to others. And it feels like it's almost ready to be released.
Yeah, that's why it's coming up. That's right. Beautiful. And you're not feeling anything different than any of us have ever felt.
Thank you.
Yeah. Just keep breathing with that. If there's tears, you can let them come.
Okay.
Yeah. What other feelings and emotions are in there?
I sense a connection to all of this with my father, because a lot of these things were suppressed in me as a child,
Yeah.
and I see the color red. It's a little, it's anger.
Yeah. Thank you. So, and the red, are you seeing it there still in the third eye?
To be honest, I feel like it's coming through my crown.
Yeah. Beautiful. So I want you to breathe into that space in the crown. And I want you to ask, who are you?
Out loud.
However you want to do it. We're going into another technique. What's the response?
It's something that's been with me, not just this life. I feel like it's been with me for a long time, many lives.
Yeah. Does it have a name?
It's formless, it's shapeless, and it's like, I just call it the void.
The void. Yeah, thank you. So we're going to address the void and ask the void, what do you want?
I just keep hearing me to fail.
Yeah. Me to fail. Thank you. Just keep breathing with that. This is an energy you've invited in
Okay.
long ago. It's completely innocent. And we're just going to start our communications with it. We're just communicating. And I want you to ask the void, what don't you want anyone to know about you?
That's vulnerable.
That it's vulnerable. Thank you. Just continue breathing. And we're going to ask the void, when did you attach yourself to Trey?
I'm getting 3 or 4 lifetimes ago.
3 or 4 lifetimes ago. All right. Thank you. And why? What happened?
Why did it happen?
Mm-hmm.
It was a trauma I experienced.
It was a trauma. Thank you. Can you tell the story?
I'll try.
Yeah.
It has to do with my father from a past life,
Yeah.
and it was sexual trauma.
Yeah.
I think this past life led me down a path of repeated sexual trauma
Yeah.
due to being placed into, wow, this is just, I'm seeing a story. It has to do with me being a prostitute.
Yeah. And when was this? What year?
I'm seeing it was a long time ago.
Yeah.
I'm feeling like even maybe during like ancient, like Roman, Greco-Roman era.
Yeah. Ancient Roman era. Thank you. So was it in Rome?
Or Greece,
Or
somewhere in that area.
Yeah. Thank you. Now, I want you to move through the incident from beginning to end, telling me everything you see and hear and experience as you go.
Okay.
What happened? Yeah.
I was a woman and I was very, very, very beautiful. And because of my beauty, I was sexually assaulted, and not knowing how to fend for myself, I went into prostitution. I couldn't fend for myself financially or physically. And the trauma of the rape led me to go into that field, in that line of work.
Mm-hmm.
And the majority I'm seeing of my past lives, I've been female. But this life, I've become a man because in so many of my lives, I've experienced so many instances of sexual trauma. I wanted to do my best to prevent that. So I decided to incarnate as a man this life, but yet I still have past life bleed-throughs, which has it's translated into me being a gay male in this life because of all my past lives as a traumatized woman, wanting to incarnate as a man to protect myself.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, just keep breathing. Okay. So I am feeling you still have energy in the story. So I want you to once again move through the incident
Okay.
from beginning to end, telling me what you see, hear, and experience as you go.
I see a suicide.
Yeah.
And this isn't the life of me being the prostitute in ancient Greece or Rome, but this is another life, and I see it being in the 40s or 50s,
Mm-hmm.
in 40s or 50s. I lived with my mother and my father in a home where I was very, very isolated. I was a little girl. I didn't have interaction with the outside world. It was very secluded. But my father was very abusive towards me and my mother. And in this life, I was abandoned by my mother and left with my father, where I was sexually assaulted. And this led to me committing suicide by jumping out of a window. I think I was 5, 6, or 7.
Yeah. So it does feel like these incidents are related.
Yes.
What decisions did you make as a result of these incidents?
In this life?
No, in that lifetime, like from the experiences and the death and all of that.
Well, the decision I made was to end my life.
Yeah. And what
Mm.
about, go ahead.
It was due to the traumas.
Yeah, it's due to the traumas. And what decision did you make? And you said a little bit about this, but what decision did you make about the traumas and the sexual abuse and all of that?
Mm.
About yourself, about the world?
Oh, yes, yes. I decided to reincarnate in this life
Mhm.
as uh, as a man, but with past life bleed-throughs from all the traumas of when I was a woman.
Yeah.
So I think the reason why I'm so in touch with my feminine side as a man is because of the majority of my past lives having been a woman, and it's a past life bleed through, and it's even probably the reason why I'm actually it probably explains my sexual orientation as a gay.
Mm. And have there been any other consequences of making the decision to be a man in this lifetime and not a woman?
I think I do know that it was so that I would feel more able to defend myself.
Yeah.
And I'm also thinking that it has to do with the reason why I have a negative relationship with my father in this life,
Yeah.
because of the past life bleed through and me blaming him for things that other fathers in other lifetimes did.
Mm. It's a good acknowledgement. Mm. Anything else?
I think it ties into my doubts and fears as far as being able to utilize my gift to help others.
Yeah.
Because if it weren't for the suppression of my father in this life, being like having other things forced onto me that didn't align with my spirituality, like I wanted to study astrology and spirituality, but having forced strict religious dogma on me instead. I think that suppressed my natural gifts and abilities to, and it's probably why I doubt them now.
Yeah. Mm. Beautiful. So let's go back into the holodyne, the void.
Okay.
Okay. We're going to send love and gratitude for helping you uncover those stories, bringing all of that to light. And I'm going to ask if there's anything else that the void would like to communicate. Use the breath to help you get that information.
It feels like almost like it's been unraveled. It feels vulnerable.
Yeah.
in a way that almost like it's unclothed now. And that's what it felt, fear of being exposed and being exposed for its vulnerability.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
We were able to achieve that.
Yeah. Beautiful. So I want you to ask the void if it's ready to go back to source, back to God, to release from you.
I don't think it's ready.
Okay, I've got another question for you, Trey. Are you ready to release the void,
Yes.
to be free of this?
Yes.
Yes, thank you. So we're going to ask the void again. Void, created in love, out of love. Trey is ready to release you. Are you ready to go back to source, to your full operating potential?
Honestly, I feel that I'm ready to let it go, but it's not wanting to let go.
Yeah. So I want you to ask the void, what does it need from you to be able to release? What else hasn't been communicated?
I feel that it's grown to rely on my strength. I see it's just a little girl now.
It's a little grown now.
The little girl.
Oh, a little girl is the girl. Okay.
Mm.
Beautiful.
To rely on my strength, and it's afraid to let go.
Yeah.
The source.
What else hasn't been acknowledged from that lifetime that wishes to be felt?
The little girl who I was in a past life that jumped from the window. She's the reason for my past dealing with depression in this life. And even the suicidal incident that happened has been a past life bleed through into this life because I struggled with major depression.
Yeah.
And it's come to that point where I've contemplated. But she.
Can I make a comment?
Mhm.
Trey, can you go to that little girl?
Yes.
Go to that little girl and ask her, what is it that she would like to say to you?
She wants me to acknowledge that a part of me is still holding on to her as well.
Yes. Would you do something, Trey? Would you reach down to this little girl? Will you pick her up and cradle her in your arms with the utmost nurturing, kind love, and tell her everything's going to be okay. That you're here and you're not going to leave her. She is loved more than she could ever imagine. And just rock her, comfort her.
She's ready to go.
Yeah. Thank you. So I want you to invite one of your guides to come escort her back to God, holding her gently. You send love and gratitude as they go.
She's going with my mother.
Yeah. Beautiful. And thank your mother for supporting you in such love and grace. Thank you.
Thank you.
And then we're almost done. So I want you to go back. Let's see if that circle, the sphere, is still there.
Oh, I feel like that was just a byproduct of something much bigger that we dealt with.
Yeah, beautiful. So no more feelings and emotions there then. Is that right?
Right.
Okay. So I want you to surround whatever's left of that sphere in God's golden light, filled with love, peace, joy, forgiveness, gratitude, safety, and freedom. A thick coating of this warm golden light. It's coming straight from your heart. And once that's done, you're going to gently and easily glide it right out of the body in front of you. So it's just out of reach. And once it's out there, you're going to take a deep breath, and on your exhale, turn it white. And then watch as it dissolves back to God, back to source. It was God's light. We've usurped it to make something other than completely innocently. And then that space left behind. You're going to imagine that golden cloud of honey light forming above you. It drips down this warm honey light, filling the space left behind, dissolving anything that's left, and filling you up completely so you're safe and protected, and these energies cannot return. And then when you're ready, let's measure your clairs. Okay. On a scale of 0 to 10, keep your eyes closed. On a scale of 0 to 10, at what level is your clairvoyance?
I'll say from a 2 to a 5.
Thank you. On a scale of 0 to 10, at what level is your clairaudience?
I'll say from a 0 to a 2.
Thank you. Just let the number come, okay?
Okay.
Relax. On a scale of 0 to 10, at what level is your claircognizance?
10.
10. Thank you. On a scale of 0 to 10, at what level is your clairsentience?
7.
Yeah. You went up.
Wow. Bravo. Brilliant.
Oh, so good.
Little tag team action there.
Yeah. You
Thank
could
you a lot.
feel, you could feel that it was the doubt that helped you create those numbers.
Mhm.
And then we brought you through the doubt and you're opening up. Because once you got in there, you could see, you could hear, you could feel, you could know.
Right.
You did a really great job.
Thank you so much, Claire. That was
Yeah.
very healing. I really appreciate that so
And then
much.
thank yes. And then thank Alexandria. She held space for you that whole time, felt everything you were feeling.
Oh, that was
It felt very familiar what you were sharing. So I guess that was the reason I felt compelled to stay.
Yeah.
It's like I had those experiences too.
And so when Trey heals, a part of the entire human collective energy shifts.
Yeah.
We're not just doing it for ourselves, we're doing it for the entire human collective.
I
So we
agree.
can feel that inside of us. Like Alexander, what you're saying, we could feel that inside of us. Because we're all, the details are different, but we all have the frickin' same story over and over. We're all telling the same story. It's a separation that we chose to experience here, to feel what it was like to be separate from God. And we just wanted to play in that field.
Yeah.
And it's just smoke and mirrors, but we feel it like it's life and death. And that's where we need to connect to people.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's good. And I felt such a deep connection because most of my lifetimes I've been a female
Right.
and have been sexually abused and dominated by men. And so I feel such a deep connection to you now because you're touching this place within me also. So
Claire.
so grateful. Yes.
The amazing thing is if you stick around long enough, it will be okay, but you're going to find the times that you played the rapist.
Yeah.
We've all done all of it because we wanted to know what it was like. And we know in the end, it's all neutral. It's just an experience. And that's a very mature conversation.
It is.
But when
Yeah.
you get to that place where you can see that and feel it, and know it and realize it's all forgiven. It's all, the energies just dissipate.
It's
Or-
wild.
It is. Sorry, I went on a
No.
monologue.
That's very true. We all have feminine and we all have masculine within us. And like I had played that part as the rapist, and it was blocking me from the masculine side of my body, from the masculine energy that was within my body. You did that too? Yeah.
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 Did the same thing. I didn't want that to come up ever again. So everything on my right side was like a limp, and everything on my left side, female side, I used the strength of my female side.
Right.
I punched myself in the face here on the right side. Brought it back. I don't know. It's weird. It's a birthmark. I didn't really punch myself in the face.
It's a past life story. Her birthmark is a past life story. It's really amazing. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well-
I felt one thing that I mean, I've been going through the whole process and felt the shifts and everything. There's one thing that I feel still stuck on, and it feels like something like the Stockholm syndrome. It's like when I feel like a shame and a guilt that I love the abuser,
Oh,
and something like that. And even now there is a situation I'm still in, and it's not like I am abused right now, but I am living with a man who was my husband in another lifetime, and you know, in this lifetime I was the cheater a lot of times, and in that other lifetimes, and I wanted to get out of this pattern of always looking outside of myself, and I guess I wanted to be more compassionate, and I wanted to feel how it feels like to be the one who is being cheated on. And now I have this memory of, like, in another lifetime he was, you know, the husband who had been cheating on me, and his son is the one who was the lover. And I guess I feel it so strongly right now because now I'm visiting my parents, and I just can't face his son. Like it's always so painful, and I feel hatred coming up.
These are all
And
that these practices that are
Yeah.
being will be beautiful tools to use for all of these energies. They are energy. It's all it is. It's like when you put a pan of water on a stove and it's out of the faucet, it's cold. You put heat under it, it gets hot, and the steam comes up. It's all just energetic stuckness that these tools will help move them through, lighten them up, and bring the steam of them out so they don't run us if we don't want them to anymore. There is no, here's the beautiful part, and this is another really mature conversation to have, and that is we have designed every bit of it ourselves for our experience. And when you discover that, you discover that all, and you kind of hit on that, Alexandra. She says, I wanted to come back and see what it was like to be, have these energies are all intertwined, and we kind of got ourselves in a knot. Ego tells us da 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 da, and spirit saying da 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 da. But what's beautiful is you can go in with these tools and you can unwind that knot, and all of a sudden there's breath.
Yeah.
Relaxation comes. It's amazing.
It is.
mm,
Yeah. So Yeah, that is the beauty of these tools. We're and having this community of people who practice it and who do it on themselves, and then we get really good at processing other people. So because we've experienced it so much, exactly what you're talking about. So going in and to the place of planning, learning how to go into the place of planning and look at those soul contracts and forgive yourself and forgive everyone else, and then see that we orchestrated everything, and all of humanity and all of, you know, ascended masters are celebrating us for all that we've done, and that it's completely innocent and nothing's actually happened. It's-
We wanted to know what it's like to be at the lowest of the low of the low, experience that, and bring that energy back to love.
Right.
That's why we're here. This is the experience we all volunteered to play. It's amazing.
yeah.
I'm really blessed that I got to meet both of you. Sorry that I took some of the talking. It's one of my,
Thank you so much. You really pulled it all together when you came in.
Yep.
Like, and I'll let go when you finally added your input. Thank you.
Yep.
tag team.
That's right. She's managed to, I love processing with Jill. We will do that. We'll process people together.
Yeah.
So we're a good team. But I am too. I'm honored that you guys hung out, and I can tell you love this, like I love this. Oh, thank you so much for being here and having fun with us.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ooh.
Get in touch with Sun Alive if you want any more information. And the classes are on Tuesday the 8th, November 8th, they start.
Yeah. Mhm. Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay.
Loves,
You guys.
guys. We'll see.
Everyone.
So much
Thank
love.
you.
Yes, thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.